Today we're talking about what happens when an INFJ finds out about MBTI and finds out they're an INFJ. Most of the messages that I receive on the topic are all about, oh, this has helped me so much. Like, this really changed my life. It opened my eyes. It started, this movement. And hopefully my channel is helping you to get to the next step of that. Because I very often felt like, okay, people hit this plateau. Okay, it really helped me to find out I'm an INFJ. And it opened my mind. But then people can get stuck at that place, right? There is some kind of victimization and having an explanation why things are not going well in our life. But from time to time, I get messages where people telling me, how can you even talk about MBTI? This is such a wrong or old system. It has been developed over and over again. Now there's so many better things, and this is just old, and this is esoteric, and this is just, made up stuff. And I really want to talk about this concept because I believe a lot of INFJs really struggle with this. How am I going to take this on? Particularly when you first find out that this is going on. And you think, okay, should I really just accept this? Or is this just another thing that sounds like a quick fix? And it's actually not accurate and it's just, make-believe. Today we're going to talk about this because I have a very specific opinion about this. Before we get started, I want to remind you that the INFJ Epic Life audio course has launched, and if you join until Saturday, then you can be part of the 1 hour live workshop. It's going to be only for the people who have purchased the audio course. Everybody after that can of course get access to the replay, who's part of the program. But if you purchase before that time, then you can be part of the live workshop. You can ask your questions and interact with me. All the information you find in the links in the description. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. I have been doing INFJ videos for a long time. And even in the middle of it, I really considered not talking about INFJ topics because I felt like the things that I'm talking about are universally, helping people. And they might do that. But the reality is this. A lot of people find out about MBTI because MBTI is very popular. MBTI is what most people gravitate towards. If you're looking for systems and so on, they're present on the internet. I know universities in the US, for example, they do a lot of tests in that direction. So people are aware of this. And I remember to this day how it felt for me once I found out, oh, there's this thing, MBTI, and I am an INFJ. And this helped me more than any other system that I've worked with. If it was Socionics, if it was Enneagram, if it was the 5-factor model, whatever it may be, for me finding out I was an INFJ, reading everything that those descriptions told me, it really gave me a new framework that helped me just take on life. So I really don't care at all if other people are considering this a soft science, if this is not seen as something that is, to be taken seriously. In the end, who cares? Is it helping you or not? And if it helps you, please stick with it. It really changed everything for me. It gave me a framework that I could live in. It gave language to what I was feeling. For the first time, I felt like, okay, it all makes sense. There are those categories, and they help me to really just find balance within my life. Because no matter what kind of thoughts you have in your mind and what kind of concepts you live with, if you have a way to conceptualize it, it will make it easier. Because we can't live in a world where we're not creating some kind of system around it. We're all doing it on a daily basis. So if you find out that you're an INFJ and that kind of system helps you make more sense of who you are, where you want to go, it makes you feel more in control of your life, why question it? Why be so concerned if it's something that is hard facts or just esoteric stuff? I mean, if we're being honest, we have all experienced the fact that, for example, the things I talk about, a lot of you can't co-sign This isn't just like, oh, it happens to one of us. No, it really happens more to INFJs than with other types. I see this when I have my one-on-one coaching clients and, we talk for the first time and they tell me something that they're struggling with and I see, oh, okay, I've experienced this. I've seen people that have experienced this in the past, from working with them and through the comment section and so on. And I haven't experienced this with other people in my life who aren't INFJs. So there is something to it. My whole thing is that when INFJs find out that they're, an INFJ, they find out about MBTI, they find out this is their type, that there's a huge euphoric feeling about it, right? You feel excited, you feel understood, you feel seen, you feel that there's a community. But what then? What happens then? Most INFJs really get stuck at this place. And I'm not talking about most of you that are watching this channel, because we have to be honest with ourselves. Not every INFJ is looking into personal development the way we are. Most INFJs really stay at this place where they tell themselves, okay, I am a rare snowflake. I am just an outcast. I am somebody who's an outsider looking in, and life is going to be difficult for me. Relationships are going to be difficult for me. And those things might be true from a default point of view, but we want to take it further. We want to say, okay, now I figured this out. Now I've had this framework to work with. It really made me feel like I was more in control. I felt more alive. I feel more excited about everything. To recognize if you were able to do this once, you can do this over and over and over again. So that jump from not knowing that you're an INFJ, understanding that you're an INFJ, feeling understood, feeling like there's some more control to your life, that switch, that jump is repeatable. But the question is, how do we do that? How do we really get to a place where we say, okay, I'm taking more and more control of this? We have to get ready for looking at ourselves from a perspective of, I may be my worst enemy. Because if I'm not willing to look at myself and say, okay, there is a chance for me to be actually happy. It's not that I'm an INFJ and that's why I'm unhappy. I'm an INFJ and that's why my life is not going the way I want. I just have to face the fact that I'm always going to feel alone, that I'm always going to feel different, and that's it. We have to be willing to recognize that we're all creating this on our own. If we're not willing to do this, then this whole system isn't helping ourselves. But once we do, it can change everything. But here's the trick. A lot of INFJs, also those that are, looking into personal development, really take the next step and get stuck there. What is the next step? The next step is it's all about inner mindset work, and that's it. It's not about taking action. So what does this mean? It means that we get to this place where we say, I just have to do forgiveness work. I have to meditate. I have to visualize. I have to find a way to be okay with myself. And then things are going to change. This might work for a lot of other types. For us INFJs, it's never going to be the main thing. Because for other types, they're already taking action. If you're an ESTP, for example, you're taking action all the time. Having some more time to contemplate will help you to direct those, action-taking steps. You're still going to take action, but you're going to do it in different directions. With ENFJ, similar, they're way more active because extroverted sensing is higher on their stack. They're taking action in the real world. We INFJs can get stuck in this place of, I know who I am, I know what I want, I have this vision, and I'm not taking action. And this is where we have to really be honest with ourselves and say we have to do things that seem uncomfortable in the beginning. So it is on us to change something and not to wait for some external thing to come save us. What are some of those actions? I really encourage you to look at your life and to say, what can I do to make it better than it was yesterday? What are some things that can improve my life now? Is it that I'm going to have lunch with some friends? Is it that I'm going to write a couple of applications, maybe even more, and get a better job? Is it that I'm going to go out of my way and take on a vacation that, broadens my horizon? No matter what it is, I'm not going to stay small. And very often, this also means being more truthful with ourselves. INFJs are perfect at understanding others, at putting ourselves in their shoes. We're so aware of their realities, what they're going through, of their preferences. But we have a hard time prioritizing our own preferences. And this is what we have to do. We have to recognize this is what I want, this is what I need, and I'm going to get it. And it's not about saying, well, those things are just elusive. They're out there. I can't really grasp them. What is something that you can grasp? Maybe you don't feel ready to go out and look for a relationship, but you feel ready to join a group where you can, talk about things that are important to you. It's really about finding your voice more and more. And that happens by doing things that get you out of your comfort zone. I always say we want to get out of our comfort zone, but we don't want to overwhelm ourselves. We have to do things we haven't done before. And that does not mean that when you get into relationships with other people in any kind of capacity, that you have to be even more vulnerable than you have been so far. Maybe that's exactly the wrong approach. Maybe you have to be actually more concerned with your well-being, being more concerned with what you want, and accepting the fact that that might make you feel guilty. Understanding that you're an INFJ is the first step. It's a huge step that unlocks a lot of potential, but it shouldn't be the end of it. You have so much more to experience if you're open to say, I can change the way I feel. I can change the way I approach life. I'm willing to take the next step. I'm willing to grow even higher from what I have been so far. And not to say, well, that's the way I am. As in, well, I always look at things from a perspective of why I don't have this, or I always end up feeling alone because nobody understands me. We want to change that. You have to be aware we only know what we know and we don't know what we don't know. Meaning, if you experience that the reality right now is, let's call it not good, and you say, no matter what I do, it's not going to get any better, always imagine that this is just as broad as you can experience it right now. Life is so much more than that. And I'm not here saying this as somebody who's experienced so much more. I'm just somebody who's experienced being in a position where I thought, okay, that's what life is all about, and thinking I knew it all, and getting to a place where I embrace the fact that I don't know what I don't know. That, of course, I only know a fraction of what I could know. That my life has a potential I can't even grasp right now. And in order to get there, and in order to really start appreciating life and to get excited about this whole process, we have to challenge ourselves over and over again. That's why when you watch those videos, that's already a huge step, because I always say, staying in the room is really, really helpful. But if you want to take it further, ask yourself, how can I apply this in my life? What is something I could do this week differently? How can I challenge myself? How can I make it even better? And those are the things that I wish were even more present in the INFJ community. That it's not just like this stamp that you put on yourself and it's like, oh, okay, now I'm an INFJ. Now I have an explanation why my life sucks, why I'm so sad, why I'm an outsider, why I'm always alone. But to see, okay, this is the way my life has developed so far with the choices I have made. Let's see if we can make it better. And trust me, the choices that you make, the steps that you take, if you're not just relying on mindset work, but you actually do things in your life, it will change your entire reality. I've seen it with myself. I've seen it with all the clients that I've worked with. I've seen it with people in boot camp. I see it through comments and messages and emails I get on a daily basis. This is a possibility for you. And I'm so grateful that we have this INFJ community that is constantly growing, which allows us to recognize that there's more to this, that we don't have to just accept the fact that, oh, okay, I'm just this rare personality type. That's the reason why I'm sad, and that's it. No, We have now more and more role models. We have examples of how things can turn around. And this, in my opinion, is the most exciting thing about finding out that I'm an INFJ. Being part of how this community changes, being part of how this revolution is happening, because it's all about self-acknowledgement, it's all about self-awareness, and it's about pursuing our goals, no matter what they are. We deserve to live a life where we experience it as epic, where we feel like I'm excited about the next day, I'm growing, I'm enjoying life. This is not just passing me by. You can experience this as well. So please take active measures to make it happen. Remember, if you want a little bit more of a push, then get the poster on the 5 pillars to an INFJ epic life. And if you say, okay, I've done this, it's all good, now I want to take it to the next step, then sign up to get notified about the INFJ epic life audio course launch. It's happening really, really soon. So make sure you're on that list. We have a lot of goodies and an early bird code for you. All the links you find in the description. And if you want to watch another video now that is in alignment with today's topic, then watch the video, Why the INFJ Ages in Reverse.